Hi, I'm Bob Bronow. I am a re-recording mixer and sound designer working in Los Angeles, California. Most people know me from the years of work I did on Deadliest Catch. Obviously, there's the story that the director wants to tell, and that is primary, but I'm trying to get in the head of the characters and figure out what can I do that's going to really help tell their story, whether it's something that's directly on the screen or not. So there are two camera people that are also producers on the boat, and that's it. That was one of the most difficult parts of it, but one of the fun things about telling people, because no one realized that there just wasn't the usual television making apparatus. You do look at it and you think, okay, this is not a Hollywood production. Everything that you're seeing is real. We didn't put the boats in a tank and make a big wave hit them and wash people up, around the deck. That stuff happens for real. The reason I never criticized any of the sound is the people shooting it are in the same danger, only they're not experienced crabbers and they've got a camera up to one eye. It's pretty wild what they do. And the other thing that made it really important, I thought, from a sound perspective, is you can't go to your sound effects library and say, I want a sound effect of an 800-pound metal crab pot falling on a wooden deck. You're not going to find that. Every once in a while, I'd get a great one from production, and I just started building a library, which is what I tried to base everything on in the show. My room is a little bit different. It's about 20 feet long, 13 feet wide, 9-foot ceilings. What makes it kind of odd is that it's on the third floor. 4 feet on one side are actually a staircase, which I used kind of to my benefit. So my speakers are sat about 4 feet away from the wall, so I don't get a lot of reflections or that kind of stuff. And like you can see, I've got 4-inch acoustical treatment back there. I've got it also all around the front, the parts that you can't see, and then bass traps and diffusers, basically just to calm the room down, because the room was very live and it was very reverby. I've been called to do a Netflix show, which was a 5-1 show. I've been doing a lot of stereo stuff, and I did have some room correction software for that. I was just having a hell of a time finding anything that would be able to do 5-1, that would be able to tune all of my speakers. Then I was just looking, and I guess I would say I stumbled upon, but I had kind of heard of Dirac. And when I first saw it, I thought, when I first started listening to my system through the Dirac Live software, my impressions were, okay, this is different. And my first thought was, it seems a little bit narrower or more focused. When I'm just sitting here listening to music with no processing, it kind of goes all over the place, very smeared. But as I got working with it, I realized what I was hearing was definition. I wasn't hearing all this smearing and bouncing around. I was really able to pinpoint where things were in the mix. And it was sort of more like a window that allowed me to look into the mix as a 3D thing. But the big thing was this Netflix show. It was a 2-day thing. I would mix 1 day at home, then I'd go into the post house and I would play back for the client. So my first mix, I was obviously a little nervous because you never know how things are going to translate. Got there early, put everything up, started listening. I was starting to think of things to change because I figured, okay, I'm going to have to probably adjust the surrounds and maybe tweak some EQs. I just started listening to the show, and a few minutes later, I just realized I'm not changing anything. So there's definitely a confidence factor in there, walking in knowing what I'm going to hear here is going to be what I thought I was hearing in my room. This is what I mixed. That worked out very well. At that point, it was like, yeah, okay, I'm down with this. It's huge. I mean, they're being able to take something and have it translate different places is paramount in what we do. Plus, there's that old adage, if you can't take the room out of the mix, you can't take the mix out of the room. Really what I want in all of my software and hardware is I don't want that to get between here and the speakers and what people hear. I want to be able to work with the ideas and the sounds, and I want any software I'm using to be smarter than me and to be able to do things in the background so I can focus on what I do. Well, thank you for listening to my story as a mixer. And if you're interested or looking for something to help your room sound better, check out Dirac Live. You can also check me out on my website, www.bobbronow.com.